Okay, first thing to say, hello everyone, part 4 of Snipman 4295's video game collection, and this is going to have to be an 11-minute video because that's all I have left to record, and the phone actually got too low on battery to record anymore, so I'm sorry for that abrupt cut off, but personally I don't like how it's 4 parts. I hate how I rambled, so we're just going to quickly go through all these last games, which are just Nintendo 64 games. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is a really good game. It's considered one of the best games of all time, if not the best game of all time, and it's one of the most, it is really a really good game. Either get this for the original on Wii console, wait for Wii U Virtual Console, or get it for the Nintendo 3DS sets on the remake. Either way you get it, it's amazing, and so is the Master Quest. Next, Diddy Kong Racing. It's also for the DS, but if you get that one, then they cut out like Banjo and Conker because it's a rare thing. But even though they could totally probably use those characters on that because they could go on, Rare can still develop for handheld. But oh well. That's saying Microsoft bought out Rare, which is crap. Like Rare, what is Rare doing for Microsoft right now? Making crappy games that make them like $50 a year, if that. It's just such, yeah, I hate it. Anyway, so that's that game. I don't like it as much as Mario Kart 64, but whatever. And for some reason, that's way lighter than this game, which is really weird to me. What the heck? Wow, Diddy Kong Racing, that's really light for some reason. Either way, Super Smash Special Brawl, the original, is really amazing. It's probably probably the worst game in the series. Just because it's the oldest and, the first, but it's not saying it's bad, it's just the worst one in the series, being second best being Melee. Yeah, that's right, I said it, second best. Best being Brawl, I think, after the one for the Wii U and 3DS, which is literally what they called. Wii U is going to be best, and 3DS, I'll have to give my opinion on that. Either way, Smash Bros. Brawl, really fun to play with people, and I definitely recommend it. Like, seriously, it's really good. Yeah, even though it's small, but for the time, it's really awesome. And of course, you have Super Mario 64, which is freaking amazing. And again, this is kind of lighter. And yeah, it's basically Mario running around in a 3D world collecting stars, which has been abandoned for Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario 3D World, and all that stupid jazz, which I am extremely disappointed with, but hopefully that's different in the future. But yeah, Bowser and the final Bowser fight's really awesome. And the first time I ever beat this game, like I actually personally beat it, was with not with 120 stars, but it was with one square of the life pie. That's why I called it the pie. One square of life, one little sliver of life left, and I beat that damn game, and I was so happy. And then the DS one came out, and I beat that one too. And I've now, of course, beaten this with 120 stars, and with the DS version with 150 stars, and a couple times actually. And they're really good. The DS one's also really good. So get both of them. They're both terrific. And just the fact that you can have, even though the 8-direction only on the DS isn't that great, and should have waited for the 3DS, but even though at the time it's the launch title and it was awesome for the time, either way, having Super Mario 64 on the go, like in your pocket, basically as a game, is fucking amazing. That is just awesome. That is just freaking awesome. Same with Ocarina of Time 3D. Just to have those games that you usually have to plug into your TV to play in your pocket, depending on what you do, is just awesome. That's just mind blowing to me. Or not mind blowing, but it's just pretty awesome. Anyway, Donkey Kong 64 I never beat, and I'm not the hugest fan of, but I have it, and it's pretty good. I don't know if I recommend it. I don't know. I like it. It's pretty good actually. I like it. For the most part, except, I don't know, I just never wanted to finish it. We miss you. Anyway, so, had to do it, right? Yeah, good game. Next, let's see, Toy Story 2, I don't know. It's not that great. It's cool. Anyway, next, we can slow down a little because I want to try to fill in the most of this 11-minute time limit here. Just because. Anyway, but no, not really. Star Fox 64 is a great game. Probably most people's favorite Star Fox game, even though here we go again. Well, okay, here we go again. Second 3D Star Fox game. Star Fox Adventures, my favorite. I like that one way better than any other one. I've never played Assault, but whatever. I know it's not the. I guess technically it was 3D on the Super Nintendo, and this is probably the favorite. But either way you look at it, second one's the best. That's all I have to say to that. I like Star Fox Adventures. It's extremely underrated, just because. And it was actually, I keep hearing around the internet that Rare's last game for Nintendo was Kong's Bad Fur Day. Wrong. It was actually Star Fox Adventures. I don't know why people always forget about that one. Which I think it was really good. And it was actually supposed to be Dinosaur Planet, but then Miyamoto was like, hey, put Star Fox McCloud in there. And it was like, it worked out, but really I think it would have been better as Dinosaur Planet. But it worked out in the end. Either way, next, before we run out of time, Star Wars Race, Episode 1. This is cool, I guess. I don't know, I've heard people liked it, but I don't care for it myself. I don't even know how it's here. I have other Nintendo 64 games, like over there in that bookshelf, which is like a bunch of football ones, but I don't want to go over those because I have no memories or cares for them, and really, I don't care for them at all. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, probably my least favorite Zelda game. Sorry, just because I just don't like the 3D time limit and certain things, but this is still actually a pretty good game. It's pretty great. You should probably play it if you're a fan of Zelda like I have. I've never actually beaten the game, which is kind of sad. I'm on the Water Temple, which is, of course, always the worst and most crappy. But, yeah, pretty good game. I have to recommend it. It's nice. This is one of the games, along with Donkey Kong 64, that requires an expansion pack. So, make sure you have that. And the final game, which is About Time, it's not Plants vs. Zombies 2, About Time. You wish. I mean, that'd be cool if I had that. I don't have it yet. Anyway, I don't even know if it's out in North America. Anyway, before we run out of time, Conker's Bad Fur Day. We miss you. I know. Rare. One of Rare's. This is probably the most infamous game on the market. It's not really on the market anymore. Either way, it's infrastructure for blood, I think use of drugs. I don't think it has anything to do with drugs in this entire game, which is interesting for the way the game is built up. It has like potty humor, blood and gore, cussing, like it says shit and ass. It bleeps the F word and stuff, but it doesn't say it doesn't say cock or anything, but it does all this. It's just all this is just this pack. You get in this package, you play as a squirrel going through a bad fur day, he says, and he gets drunk and hung over, and that's literally how the story starts. And you're basically fighting your way through all these weird boss battles, and there's literally a mountain of shit in the game. Where you fight a giant shit monster that throws his shit at you, and it is just absolutely hilarious. Game is absolutely ridiculous, and it actually got a Xbox remake for the original Xbox in I think 2005. This game actually came out in 2001. 2001 was probably the last game to come out in the 64, which was actually really impressive for its time for the game. 64, which had a bunch of cinematic, voice-acted cutscenes and stuff like that. And it also had a Matrix parody, which is freaking amazing. But the Xbox remakes basically censored the living crap out of the game, and it's probably not worth playing except for pretty graphics, to be honest. It's really it. But either way, and the big kicker, probably the biggest kicker, and the thing that makes it the most infamous game of almost all time is that it's published by, like, it's from Nintendo. Like, literally it starts out with Nintendo presents a Rareware game, which is like Nintendo is actually taking their part in this, even though it's second party title, doesn't matter. It's from Nintendo, which is just amazing how Nintendo put their name on a game like this back in the day like that. I just love that, and I don't know why people. I just hate how Nintendo didn't even give recognition to the game because of how weird and raunchy it was, you know. But either way, this game is terrific. Please do yourself a favor if you're into at least humor like this, and play it. Anyway, that's all the time we have. So, goodbye. That's all. That's my video game collection. Bye. Goodbye. You know, when